she accidentally spills a drink on her clothes. As she reaches into the trunk to grab some clothes, a man suddenly appears out of nowhere. Nervous, Mallory hides behind the car while changing clothes. Luckily, the man has no bad intentions. When he discovers that Mallory's car won't start, he even takes off his shirt and starts helping her fix it. After several attempts, he finally gets the car running again. Mallory then offers him some money, but the man refuses. Like a true gentleman, he says it was no big deal. Hearing that, Mallory considers the matter settled. After thanking him several times, Mallory starts to leave. For safety reasons, she initially has no intention of taking the man with her. But when she sees him standing there alone, Mallory feels bad about leaving him behind and decides to give him a ride. Little does Mallory know that her kindness will put her life in danger. After a while, their car reaches a deserted area. The man, who had been so polite before, suddenly changes his attitude and starts speaking aggressively. Seeing this side of him, Mallory is shocked. She immediately stops the car and tells him to get out, but the man refuses to move. Realizing she is in danger, Mallory opens the door and tries to escape. But the man quickly grabs her arm and holds her tightly. That's when Chris reveals his true colors. He pulls out a small knife and threatens Mallory to keep driving. He tells her that his destination is about 6 miles ahead and that Mallory has to take him there. With a serious threat hanging over her, Mallory is forced to obey. But Mallory is not someone who gives up easily. She realizes that once they reach that place, escaping will be much harder. So Mallory starts coming up with a plan. She notices a sharp turn ahead and also realizes that Chris isn't wearing a seatbelt. A bold idea suddenly comes to her. Without wasting any time, she slams on the gas and steers the car straight toward the cliff. When Mallory regains consciousness, she is trapped inside the overturned car at the bottom of the ravine. She immediately looks around. Then, through the rearview mirror, she sees Chris lying outside the car after being thrown from it. After calming herself down, Mallory stops the bleeding from her wounds and tries to call for help. But she can't find her phone anywhere. Mallory becomes completely desperate. Suddenly, Chris, who is lying outside the car, starts moving. Mallory is terrified when she sees him. At the same time, she spots the knife Chris dropped. With all her strength, she reaches for it. She thinks that if she can get the knife into her hands, she might still have a chance to fight back and escape. But just as she manages to grab it, a large foot suddenly stomps on her hand. Chris has only suffered minor injuries. Seeing Mallory trapped and helpless, he starts mocking her. He wants to toy with her because he knows she has nowhere to run. Chris leaves to tend to his wounds, leaving Mallory alone while she screams for help. But no matter how loudly she screams in the remote forest, no one hears her. Even after night falls, she still can't free herself. Around midnight, the forest becomes freezing cold. With no other choice, Mallory wraps herself in a jacket and falls asleep. The next morning, Mallory suddenly wakes up from a nightmare. By then, she is extremely hungry and thirsty. She quickly finds a bottle of water and starts drinking it. But moments later, she spits half of it back out. Not knowing how long it will take to escape, she has to carefully conserve her water. She then searches through the car and finds a flashlight. That gives her a little comfort in the darkness of the forest. The next morning, Mallory wakes up and suddenly freezes when she hears footsteps.